Around. Hello, beautiful conscious creators. I hope that you have started your day with nothing short of health, wealth, peace, love, and light. I've been listening to the song on repeat, and when I tell you, okay, so a few days ago, I got a song recommendation. I should probably pause it. I got a song recommendation suggesting one of these artists that are similar to, so my YouTube list. Is it even recording? Oh, we're recording, but like, what is up with the focus? Focus on me! Focus on me! Mm-mm. We're good. Anyway, so as I was saying, I had a song recommendation, and usually the songs that are recommended to me are, they have like a clear soul vibe, or you know, depending on the season that I'm in, I have different genres that I'm listening to. So right now, I was actually a few months ago, I was into grime music, and now recently, like, I'm diving even deeper into clear soul. And it's not that I ever left that genre, it's just that the frequency of how much I listen to that soulful, almost like a R&B soul type of music, it just it was at a lower frequency. Anyway, so my YouTube recommended Lusanda, and now I know this name. It was like immediately I recognized the name Lusanda, and then I went to click on her photo, realized I know the hun, sweetest young lady like that I grew up around at a certain point in my life. And having heard her voice and knowing that she's a beautiful singer, obviously I'm gonna click on the song and listen to it. And the name of the song, I have it here, it's called When You're Around. So it's Lusanda and Nox. I'll probably put a link in the description down below, but it's When You're Around by Lusanda and Nox. And this song has been on repeat. It's such a good song. Well, at least I'm enjoying it. So I think what I'm gonna do, starting with these, like going forward, is start with a song recommendation and maybe share my experience with the song, or at least when you listen to it, if you do decide to listen to it, you're more than welcome to like comment in the description. Comment down below and like share your experience with the song. Tell me if you like it or not, you know, so that I know if I should carry on doing these song recommendations. I am going to continue anyway, but you know. Anyway, so did I greet? Hello, beautiful conscious creators. Thank you for joining me today. Did I greet? I don't know. Anyway, hello, if I forgot to greet. So today's episode, I just wanted to move a little bit away, like, because the first few episodes were more on like a deep and a spiritual level and just getting in touch with yourself, because that is part of what I truly believe in, that, you know, even though you are, as an individual, you are doing self-development work and doing these affirmations, which are the episodes that I'm recording in the mornings, well, the morning affirmations, but while you're doing that, there's also the shadow self that you need to be in touch with. It's good to introduce a lighter energy in yourself. It's good to do these affirmations, but you also have to look at the shadow self and look at the darker side of the self to understand what it is, the get in touch with the aspects, the parts of you that need the healing, right? So balance the shadow self with the self that wants to bring things to light, or the things that you want to attract within your space, within your energy, within your aura, whatever it is that you want to attract. You use that using affirmations, and then you change the script, or not even change the script, but you also look at the other aspects of yourself that need to be dealt with, because some things are very deeply rooted inside of us and we're not always 100% aware of these things, and which is something that I'm gonna keep sharing. We're not always aware of the things that run in our subconscious mind, and once we get in touch with them, because people are a reflection of who we are, a lot of people will reflect those aspects of us through how we are triggered by certain things that they do, in terms of like the experiences that we share with them. And so those triggers are very large, huge, major indications, or like light bulb. What is this? What is headlights? You know, it's a major reflection of, hey, this is something that might need your attention. So your interactions with people are very important in that respect. Now, what I wanted to have a conversation with you about today. Oh, yes. So, I wanted to move away a little from the aspect of doing the inner work and have a conversation with you about conscious creation, manifestation, you know, whatever it is you want to label it. I prefer using the word conscious creation, because I find that the word or the word manifestation has gone so, like, just there's an influx in like of the usage of the word, and the interpretation is very different. So I think for me, what resonates mostly with me is the word manifestation, but mostly conscious creation, because you are aware of what it is that you are calling in. You are conscious of the things that you desire and attract, and by doing the work that allows you to call those things in a bit easier, I prefer using the term conscious creation. So in today's episode, I wanted to cover one thing. Can you hear that? Sorry, I'm gonna keep saying. If there is sound happening that side, it's like TV stuff happening, because my aunt's been watching TV and I'm recording on that side. But anyway, not the point. The point is, I manifested a car. Now, caveat, I don't know if it's really mine. No, it's mine. I don't even know how to approach this, so I'll give you context. It wasn't handed to me like, this belongs to you, but it was left in my possession, and it hasn't been implied that I am free to use it whenever I need to, and it stays where I live. So it's not where the owner lives, but it stays where I live. So basically, he implied. Who's the he? My uncle. My uncle, you know, the family that I have, I'd like to emphasize that they don't really have the most affectionate way of interacting with each other. They're not the most affectionate, but they will sure as hell show up. Like, if you need anything, in any situation, you know that you will have them there through all the dark times and all the good times, like through all the occurrences or the events that are happening in your life. They will sure as hell show up. And so with this manifestation now, that being said, I wanted to indicate that, you know, they'll never really tell you that they're doing something. They'll just show you. And that is how I ended up getting the car, I guess. A part of me wants to pause this video because I feel like it's getting a bit long, but I think this is me starting to get in my own way again. This is me. Okay, I'm going to continue. And even if it's long, it's okay. It's okay. We're here, we're present, we're in this moment, and we're not editing anything. Ooh, it's a bit challenging, but I'm doing it. I'm here and I am doing it anyway. How I manifested this car is that a few months ago, last year possibly, I just was in this feeling state of attracting a car, and you know, I my financial position, the budget does not allow for a car. It allows for investments and like starting a business and all of that. But the luxury of a car is not something that I had anticipated. So I was like, you know what? For this, I'm gonna use conscious manifestation. I'm gonna use conscious creation to manifest, to call in this car. And I did a bit of work on like the affirming that I have a car. Like I felt into the experience of what it would feel like to have my own whip, and I did it for a couple of weeks. I did it for a few weeks, and towards the end of the few weeks I just realized, oh, I'm overdoing all of these manifestations. Fast forward to this year, my uncle just kept leaving the car in our yard, right, at my yard at home where I live. And he was like, you can practice. He didn't really intentionally, he did. He said, you can use it to practice. Fine. I went on about practicing, and every once in a while he'd say, I want you to drive me around. I want to see if you're capable of driving in these streets of Johannesburg, because yeah, when you drive around Johannesburg, you have to have your wits about you, or else trouble. Anyway, so he joined me every once in a while to see like my progress, and I feel like I'm a good driver, but compared to him, I don't know how to drive. The point is, oh God, I'm feeling this nervous energy about continuing with this episode, but I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna keep saying that I'm continuing. Goodness, this is what happened. This is a tangent. This is what happened. In the past, obviously I'm trying to get a point across. Obviously I'm trying to share a story. And then I'd realize halfway that maybe there's some, I don't know if I would call them mistakes, or just pausing in the middle of an episode that would make me feel uncomfortable, because I needed to perfect it to ensure that the episode ran smoothly from start to finish. But goodness gracious, that is me getting in my own way, like realizing all of these things. Ranting and raving. I digress. Let me come back to how this car ended up being in my possession. So during the time when the funeral happened, the car was no longer where I live, right? And fine, I didn't think much of it. But after the funeral, a month or two in, he just left it here. And I was like, oh, okay, there's a car in the yard, cool. And I'd use it every once in a while because, you know, he wants me to practice. He wants me to make sure that I am great. Maybe even better than him. No one will ever be better than him at driving. But, oh, yeah. Oh, God. It's there. It's happening again. Damn. I just realized that this is what ended up happening every single time. I know I've made good progress throughout the episode, but I think it requires a bit of practice. But yeah. Anyway, I will get there eventually. And there's only so few people that will view this video, so I'm not that worried. I should just let go and let flow. Good God, this is what I preach. This is what I speak about. Let go and let flow and just continue. Even with the mistakes, continue. And it's so challenging, but yes, I am here. I am present. I am going to finish this episode, even if it's 16, 18, 20 minutes long. But to fast track this conversation, he kept leaving it here. So he left it here eventually. And at some point he came to visit and he says to me, something koloi ya hao, which means, translate, it's Tswana. Translate, when you translate it into English, it means your car. So I was like, I didn't think much of it until about a week ago. I realized that he was implying that the car is for me to use at my own discretion. And although it wasn't handed to me as like, this belongs to you, this is me gifting you with a car, the actions spoke louder than the words, because he is a man of very few words. I will tell you that much. My uncle does not speak unless it is necessary. He does not waste words. He's the man that does not waste words. If you want to have a conversation with him, say something that's important, relevant, and keep it moving. Or else you're just wasting time. And you're wasting his time, you're wasting his thought time. You just, no. Man of very few words, but he will speak through his actions. And so by his doing of leaving the car here, I realized that, oh my God. I'm not gonna delete it. Oh God. Wow. I feel unprepared for this episode. I will tell you that much very easily. Even though I thought about it throughout the day, I feel quite unprepared for this episode. So I'm going to try speak as slowly as possible so that I can get through it within the next minute or so and not have to delete the work and the progress that I've come, that I've put in. The progress that, ooh, even the words are running away from me. English, not my mother tongue. Anyway, the point is, I don't want to share this episode.